Hello. If and when they ever change that ad and it's not that like bam, 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 like it's such a good way to get the stream started because like it just energizes you and it's going to be weird not having that if and when they ever decide to change that. So, hi, I'm Charlie. I'm a non binary sci fi fantasy writer. And can you see my anxiety manifesting on my face? Yeah, really wanted to turn the camera off for this one because of it, but why not? Just this is me. I have all of the flaws. I am not alone today. I am joined by the wonderful, the amazing Megan McCarthy.
Hello.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything, all shall be peace. All shall be peace. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I start the new job. I'm phrasing it that way because it's the only way I can not have like a full blown panic attack on Saturday. So Saturday at 11 p.m. at 11 a.m. my time is when my first official duties begin.
Mm.
And I'm fine. I'm fine. Like, I know this is going to be okay. I'm not, like, it's just new things freak me out. So I'm working on my game today because it's not any of the other things that are causing me stress. Even though it's trying really, really, really hard because I thought like this will be really easy. I'll collect all my notes together on world building and be like, here's a couple playable races. And then I tally them up and it's over 50. Granted, I have been writing these stories for a very long time. The first published work in this setting came out in 2005. So like there's a history of stories that have occurred that these characters have appeared in, but I had never counted how many. And that's not even including the ones that I classified as, oh no, players should not do that. We'll put that one over there. We'll put that in a creature section for like monsters you can fight later. But I think I have a plan. Worked on that during Jules' stream. I think I have a plan going forward. It'll be fun. How are you doing today, Megan?
I'm pretty good. I don't know what I'm going to be doing today. Well, I do know what I'm going to be doing today, but I don't know how I'm going to be doing it. So, similar. I'm going to be trying to practice my social media marketing skills somehow for this upcoming potential test that I might have for a job. So, all the stress. We're both in this anxious boat of like,
So Monday, halfway through Glory's stream, which I was on, and it was really, really fun talking about how to find ways to pitch your story and make memes to promote it. Really, really fun stream. If you missed it, definitely go over there and check it out. About halfway through, I hear my phone go ding, and being the dingbat that I am, I glanced over at my phone to see what email did I get, and that's when I got my orientation materials and found out, like, my brain finally went, oh, I guess this is real. So I've been living in a fun state ever since. But I mean, like I said, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Really looking forward to getting some stuff done. By the way, for anybody who is curious, if you are curious, the game is my nano project this year. I have
saltwater taffy.
Nice.
My favorite type of candy. One of my favorite types of candy.
Nice.
I could like eat this all in one sitting. I'm not going to, but it's so tempting. Where's my scissors? I will be right back.
So, yeah, my I agree with Eva. Yum, Megan. Yeah. So, I've decided I'm not going to try to write a book this year as far as like a novel or anything during Nano, but I am going to work on the game because I really want to get to play testing it. And so my Nano prep is getting the character creation stuff set up as best I can before Nano actually starts. And there's a lot of stuff that goes in there. Wrote a bunch of new rules the other day. I've already written extensions onto the cipher system. I feel like a lot of what I will be doing during Nano is working out the new currency system and the crafting system and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm fairly excited about this, no matter what my face is saying. So, hello, cool gamer. How are you doing today? Hello, CB. I hope everything is going well. Hello, Paget. Um, I bet you have plenty. Yeah. um, yeah. I keep like poor Brian keeps having to hear me say like I don't know that they know what they got themselves into. Like I know quite a few people that are on the board. That's how I ended up getting nominated. I'm not gonna cry. Sorry, I know who nominated me and why. And um so I mean some of them do know, but I can be very forthright and outspoken if you're not familiar with the videos on my channel, because there actually are videos here that aren't live streams. I have opinions and I verbalize them. It'll be fun. Hello, Eva. How are you today? Hello, Julia. How are you? See, you got your in case of writer's block, print this plan. Yes. Oh, those are fun. In previous years, I have not done it this year, but I will say if you go back in the podcast to, but I think 2 years ago, so go 2 seasons back in my Project Shadow podcast, I actually did a pep talk for each week of Nano. Starting on day one, your day one, so you're getting started. And I recorded a 30-minute pep talk that's just me kind of talking to me about where I usually am at that part in the process, just like trying to keep myself motivated. And I put them out as podcast episodes. And I have often written letters to myself to get me through all this, but yeah, it's really good to have it in case of writer's block, break glass. Okay, so long story short, I have gotten onto the international board of directors for the religious organization that I am a member of, and my first official day is Saturday. It'll be a thing. Let's see. So going to be working on Snap. That's awesome. And yes, saltwater taffy is the numbers.
Yes. I just had 3 pieces. I'm going to have to like calm
Hide it.
down a bit.
Do what I do. Hide it. Yeah, saltwater taffy is the amazing. Yes. Hello, Maggie. How are you doing today? Watching on the TV and commenting on the tablet. You are polishing, prepping 6 projects. Why does that number not surprise me? Giving to relook at the oldest whip. Yeah, D8 on it. Yeah, that sounds like a good thing to do. The only thing that will get me to actually write a book or a book-like product this Nano is if my brain sometimes does this. At midnight, the clock will strike midnight on the 1st of November, and my brain will suddenly go, I have an idea. And anytime it does that, I will sit down and work on it. I have written at least 6 books from start to finish with no plan. I had no idea who the characters were. I had no ideas at all what was about to happen, because my brain decided, oh, wait, it's Nano. I should write a book right now. I have an idea. And just chased that white rabbit down the rabbit hole and opened every drink me, eat me box that I found along the way and just ran for it. So who knows? Maybe that'll happen to me this year. I have decided that I'm never prepping a story for Nano again, because every time I do, that's the guaranteed way of having my brain go, but I have a better idea. And so I never actually write the book that I have plotted for Nano in Nano. I've never once. So we'll see what happens this year. Aww.
That's
Yeah,
tragic,
that's true.
really.
That is the truth.
I get why, but
Hello,
that's tragic.
hello, Spence, Howard, Tater, and Totten, the Pizza Demon, and everybody and everything, and just. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just. We'll stop. We'll stop with the gushing. But they're so cute. Um, tried to cancel your subscription. Your subscription that didn't work. Uh, uh, this is the one thing that I think we need, like in international law, is a user's bill of rights that makes it very simple to cancel subscriptions. Because, and it's not like I can say this country is the worst, but because is internet, I have had paid for subscription services that originated in variant countries around the world for various things, and the processes are always baroque and complex. There's one company that I worked with that to cancel your account with them, you first had to email them and tell them why. And then they would go through a series of, but really, you don't want to emails with you in your email that would take about a month, surprisingly. How shocking. Before they would send you to a page that would let you fill out your account information and then click discontinue my account. It would then ask you again, are you sure? Tell us why. Which was a mandatory field. And if you put anything in there that was not your reason, it would not, it started another chain of those emails. If you did put in a reason, it would start a different chain of emails explaining to you all of the things that you would be losing. It took like 3.5 months to cancel an account with them.
Damn.
And it all had to be done via email. And then they would send you a link that would make you feel like, this is finally the thing. I have finally canceled my account. That would then start a whole new email chain. And no. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm just nervous. Yeah, the person who nominated me, I know why he did it, and yeah, we talked about it, and it's very sweet, and all the feels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nano's going to be a thing this year. From with your brain will hit day 5 of Nano and go nope. Yeah, I want a different project. See, luckily, that rarely happens to me. It's usually literally at the stroke of midnight. For some reason, I have this knack, and we don't even have clocks in the living room anymore because that became a very toxic problem that we were having. So you have to either look at your phone or look at a clock, on a device somewhere, or we have them in some of the other rooms, but not in the living room anymore. But somehow my mind and body have conspired. It's the one and only thing I am ever on time for. I will be standing somewhere in eye shot of a clock right when it ticks over from 11:59 to midnight, the night of Nano, without fail. And that's when my brain goes villainous. The Rebel Alliance forms and does whatever it does. I can only imagine. And it's going to get more interesting because they're changing everything. Because they're going to be offering a version of Disney Plus with ads that I don't know if it's going to be free or just less expensive. And I keep getting emails from them explaining that they're changing things. I mean, Tater and Todd, I understand. I understand. Yeah, that really should be a good enough answer because I want to. But no, you have to write a doctoral thesis first. XM Reedy. Oh yeah, I have heard stories about it canceling XM. Yeah. There's a company that I worked with in publishing years ago that periodically I notice that my book still appears in print from them, and I contact them, and their response is, and I quote, Well, that why would we even try to like keep your book in print? Because it's obviously not selling enough for us to want to steal it. And I'm like, that's not the point. It is listed on these sites as you still selling it. Please stop. And I'm like, just because you want to insult me, like, and yes, when I was with you, that book sold nothing. It sold over, I think, 2,500 copies now. So maybe you should have done marketing and had better editors. Yeah. Each time you read an outline, changed, 12 times. See, my brain will flip genre on me. That's the other thing that very often happens. Like a couple years ago, about 4 years ago, I had the perfect idea for this amazing space opera. I had it all planned out, like plotted out scene by scene. All I had to do was paint by numbers. Like Nano was going to be so easy to do. And the night of Nano, my brain went, I have an epic space opera. I have an epic fantasy book that you have to write. And out of frustration, I did, and ended up writing a trilogy. But yeah. Just why are you like this? Right? Yeah. But that's why I feel like I need to get this stuff done anyway. And if it inspires a fantasy book, yay. If it inspires a sci-fi book, yay. If I just continue on what I'm doing, yay. Like I think I've constructed. Where's some wood? Okay, I think I have constructed a no-lose situation. Might be wrong. All right. Yeah. Oh, but why do you want to cancel? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I can. I wish I could say I was surprised, but our country is rife with ableism
oh yeah.
and refuses to admit it.
Oh, they're completely oblivious. Most people don't even know the word ableism
Mm-hmm.
and what it means. They're just like so.
I remember when I lived in California, Clint Eastwood was the mayor of Carmel, California, and was suing the federal government so that he did not have to put wheelchair ramps, accessibility ramps, on public buildings because it would just cost so much. And I mean, do people in wheelchairs really need them?
That man needs to.
And the fact that the way that this was covered in the news was like, he does have valid budgetary concerns. And I'm just like, and people in wheelchairs don't need to go to City Hall ever?
Right?
Like, it's cheaper than hiring somebody who just, like a doorman who stands there and goes, oh, here, and helps them get their wheelchair up the stairs, which is dangerous and would cause, imagine the insurance costs for that job. Like, put the ramp in. Put the ramp in.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I don't even want to get started about accessibility around here. Like, we're not even. They took out the benches in any of the government buildings that you would have to wait in, so you have to stand.
That is inhumane.
Yeah. Which is fun. None of us have bad backs, bad knees, bad hips, other health reasons that might. So if I shake my head every time I go to show off the timer today, it's because they changed the name of the button to present, and both Megan and I are salty about it. I
hate it so much.
I literally went
listen to us.
Just now, I went to share the screen to put the race up and was like, where's the share button? Where's the share button? I don't see. What did they do with the share button? And then I realized, oh, it's the present button now. And they don't even have a stop sharing button anymore. It now says stop screen, which, again, not good English. What are you doing? I'm a writer, dang it. It is technically enforceable if you can get a pro bono lawyer or can afford one to. basically, as with most of the things that we have in this country, yes, you have rights as long as you can afford to sue to ensure that you have them. And that's usually how we handle the. Yeah, this country is flawed. just yeah, flawed. Alrighty, as you know, it is Halloween season, and I use it all year round. But definitely during Halloween season, I use the monster costume race because, of course, I'm doing it. I'm very tossed up as to who I want to pick for this because I have both the Ghost and I have the Dark Lord. So I think I'm going to have to pick the Ghost because when you have Ghost, you have everything, and that's going to be who I have for this race.
Purple, of course.
Do you know how many times I've refreshed this to make sure there was both the purple and the gargoyle?
At
And
first, I didn't see him. I was like, I don't see anything that I want to choose. What am I going to pick? And then I finally see him hopping in the back. I'm like, yes, you're there.
I had to have both the purple gargoyle and the witch.
Yes.
Because I don't know if Gary's going to be able to even be in chat today, but just in case, I had to have both of those. And of course, Frankie for Laura if Laura shows up. So I thought with 12 people in the race, it would be easy. Like, and then I think we figured out it's got 26 costumes when we tried to count them once.
Well,
Anywho,
that's quite a lot, but yeah.
let's go ahead and get started with the sprint. Remember, self-care is productivity for writers. So if you need to just take the sprint to relax, to just goof off, to look into the air, I'll tell you that the thing that I have found that has helped my creativity more than anything is setting up a boredom day. And it really actually does help because it makes my brain have to entertain itself, which is something that we don't often have to do as much with all the screens. And it has actually helped my creativity quite a bit. Just taking a day where I'm not watching movies, I'm not watching videos, I'm not playing games until Brian gets home and it's like, let's play games. Um, you know, and just letting myself just kind of exist and be a little bit bored. It's good for you. If you have stuff to do, make sure that you have it open. Make sure that you are saving it because if you did not see the internet gremlins try to steal jewels this morning, save your stuff, back it up. We're going to get started on this sprint in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh, forgot to turn the music off. Sorry. There we go. Nice.
won! Yay! Go little purple guy, go little purple guy.
That means we're going to have to ask ourselves, are we getting rid of the winners?
Oh no. Who would I choose?
My
I
ghost
don't
me in
even know.
second. Oh my goodness. So I didn't spend the entire sprint on Art Breeder. I swear. I swears I didn't. Um okay. So what happened was I narrowed down the list of over 50 playable species to 7 that appear most prominently in the stories, because there are some that I tend to favor for stories to include, especially as main characters, prominent characters, and what have you. So I'm going to try to focus on that. I decided to start with the Aishi, which, if you speak Irish or have a familiarity with Celtic folklore, it's the fairies. They're little cyberpunk fairies, and I like the word Aishi so much I did not change it. So just threw them in. So I was like, I need a bunch of pictures of cyberpunk fairies.
Oh, our breeder does such a difficult job with fairies. I've been trying to
Oh,
get fairies for a while, and some of them are quite disturbing.
some of them, yes. Um, I did manage to get a few that I always touch up the pictures that I do in Art Breeder and post anyway, and
Mhm.
then I claim it as my artwork. No, oh maybe, but like this one, I think it did a pretty nifty job on. Get back to the screen, dang it! There we go. So I think
Ooh.
that one looks kind of nifty. Kind of gives me a bit of the vibe as far as what it is I'm doing and wanting to do. Um, that's really weird. Why does it keep disappearing on the screen?
I
Um,
thought that was you doing it. I'm like, what are you
no,
doing?
I'm watching the new present feature have a meltdown live on screen with the rest of y'all.
I tweeted about that to StreamYard, so we'll see if
So
anything changes.
that's fun. It has issues. I also really like this one. Um, if I can go back over, there we go. Thank you.
Ooh.
I really like this one. There are quite a couple that I saved out that I think I can do some really fun stuff with. I cannot get it to change their skin color. Every time I tell it to change their skin color, it makes blob squatches. Like it's like, okay, then let's go into our a child finding out that Picasso existed phase. And no, so I'm like, okay, just generate normal fairies. I can change colors later. Like that's not difficult. I can fix their faces in post.
Yeah, that face does need to be fixed. It's a little horrifying.
Yep. The general layout of this though, I really really love.
Yes, I
Like
love the wings
the,
and
the wings, the way they just kind of shatter out like that, like it's so pretty. So like I was managed to get it to generate a few things because what's an article on World Anvil without pictures? This is how I'm justifying this to myself, people. I'm sorry. Oh yes, beware the gremlins. They're everywhere. So how did y'all do?
I was working on, well, the boyfriend and I were talking about all the food that he bought at the grocery store. But after that, I was working on, I found a picture. Actually, I can just share my screen because I have it open on here. um, present. What is this?
What is this you've done to StreamYard?
So I chose a random image from Canva and I'm like trying to pretend like I know how many rooms there is and coming up with the text for it. So I'm gonna come up with like find a couple different pictures of like houses and real estate and try to make it sound interesting. So
That's awesome.
we'll see if it's effective at helping me get the job, which is the whole purpose of this.
So, CB, the great inspiration to one day I will have words too. Got 525 words that sprint. Yay!
Woo!
Oh my goodness, that makes me very very happy because one day I will be writing. I should be writing right now, but I thought I should have some pretty pictures to inspire the writing to go into the article because I don't have a problem. It's fine. It's fine. Um, I hope it wasn't me. I mean, I don't have my emotional support demon yet because they're not available for sale, but soon. He did show the plushie today this week. The newest video, he shows the plushie. I can't wait for the emotional support demon. But I do have my mango. And my mango is going to try to defend us all from the gremlins. But he doesn't really do a very good job because he gets distracted very, very easily. But I will put the mango right over there to help protect us from the gremlins. Because, yes, I have a bunch of plushies. What? It's perfectly fine and normal. A little bit. That's where I was really having problems because a lot of the images that it made were like, oh, you mean Wasp from the MCU, and were basically like reposed versions of Wasp from the MCU, or they were Trinity from the Matrix movies with wings. Like, straight up, like that's Carrie Ann Moss's face. Like there's no ambiguity over who they thought I meant by Cyberpunk Fairy. Like they just like grabbed Carrie Ann Moss's face and painted a steampunk fairy around her. Or like one of them was actually that scene in the Matrix where she jumps up in the air to do the kick that they do in all slow-mo. It's basically her up in the air. It's like literally that shot from the movie, but she's got wings. But there are wings. And I'm like, that's not exactly what I meant. I mean, it's really, really cool and might go into my Matrix fan art thing that I will send out at some point because Matrix is awesome. But don't think you understand the words I'm saying, computer. This is you. I'm going to ignore this statement because yes, I'm going to write next sprint. I'm going to try to write next sprint. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. We'll see. I don't know if I can get a word count, but I will try. The faces that it makes are interesting. Sometimes they're perfectly fine. Usually they're perfectly fine with really evil monster eyes. Like the more fine the face is, the more messed up the eyes will be. Like this is the thing that I've learned about using the Artbreeder collager, because you'll get this picture and you're like, that is beautiful, that is gorgeous, and then you look into the eyes and you're like, I think you're taking my soul. What are you doing this? Why am I seeing weird lines of energy going from me to the screen? Wah! Like it's just, yeah, it doesn't know what it's doing. Actually, given the setting, yeah. So like the easiest high concept way to explain my sci-fi setting for anybody who's never read the books is, what if Star Trek and Star Wars had a baby and H.P. Lovecraft was hired to write it and told you can't be racist or we kill you? With a lot of like, what if Robert E. Howard wrote space opera? Added in there, like, have you ever wondered what Solomon Kane in space would look like? Have I got a book series for you? I mean, actually, yeah, it's not a bad description of Shine, except for the gay furry subplot, romantic subplot. But it's what is. He's not technically a fairy; he's a shifter, but some people can't tell the difference. A better question would be, who let the gremlins out of their cage. Yeah. Yeah, definitely looking at Bruce Banner. Definitely. If anybody would do it, it would either be Bruce Banner or the real life Mark Ruffalo. Because he'd be like, oh, poor cute gremlin in a cage. Let me help you. Because, yeah. Oh. Oh. See, nice. That is a really good practice method.
Hopefully it works.
I have been. I'm in. I have started several new social media accounts mode. So if you want to see the weird, wacky mysticism, magic stuff that I do, I'm Creation's Path everywhere, even TikTok. Nobody had taken it on TikTok, and I forgot all about TikTok. And when I went there, it was still available. So I am Creation's Paths on everything, and I've just been making things and throwing them at the algorithms to see if anything sticks. So right now it's a lot of random stuff. And so far none of them have like hit the algorithm just right. So I got to figure out what, like, I know for TikTok I need to either do like a weird lip sync video, which just really would not fit the channel, or like have beef with somebody in Witch Talk. And I don't want to do that unless Sako's got a TikTok account, and then we could just like work up this whole like fake beef with each other. I might need to contact Sako.
That would be
a friendly rivalry on TikTok. Because the one thing I've noticed on the more spooky side of TikTok is it's like a lot of it's about the rivalries, which is really weird because, hi, hello, namaste. I practice a religion that believes in nothing but compassion. My love is out for the world. And to hell with this person that, wait. Hard turn. Like, I know you got a short video, but how do you go from namaste to may this person burn in hell? Like, you just, that's a journey I was not ready for. Like, wow, that video's got like millions of views. That's insane. Yeah. The one thing that I can say, I don't know where I put it. That's not good. I was going to pull up my Visine. Flush your eyes out. Wash your hair. Keep your hair pinned back. And avoid anything that has carpets. Because the thing that nobody warns you about, and they really should, is the pollen gets into the carpet, and then every time anybody walks through the room, it all gets redistributed back into the air. Carpet's bad. Also, really good air filters. Our air filter is super powered, and I love it.
We bought an air filter, and we were just like, is it working? We don't really know. We don't really have many air quality problems here. So we're like, should we take it back? How do we know?
But here's the thing, and I will like find one where you can, that it actually is not just a blue light bulb, because that was a problem. Like, do some research on them, but get one that has a UV light in them to kill the viruses and bacteria in the air. It'll also kill some molds, especially if you live in a swamp. Very, very good to have the ones that shine bright enough and have the right wavelengths to kill the mold. We have had people in the house that have had, like, we're currently contagious with swine flu and various other contagious things, but did not know, because your contagious period is for those things is like right before you show symptoms.
Yeah.
The guy with the swine flu in particular was fine the night before, literally slept over on the couch, and that morning woke up throwing up, like started like he was literally here through his entire like contagious phase. None of us got it.
Wow.
I swear by these things. Get yourself a little pathogen killer and have it in your house just in case somebody brings you the evil.
Yeah.
If they work, they work. Let's see, when you find where to get emotional support demons, she wants one. They will be available on Makeship, and the Click is making them. So on the Click's channel, the most recent video, he shows off the emotional support demon. It is the cutest thing in the world. It is so cute. If it's anything like the last ones, because he also is responsible for Mungo. Mungo is one of the plushies that he did, and I love my little land shark. He's got that beans. I've actually got several of Click's plushies because I don't have a problem.
So I need to start streaming more and stuff like that so that I can have a big enough channel that I can have a hippo plushie.
This entire thing is nothing but a grift to get big enough to make plushies. Help my channel grow so we can make plushies. That's
Hi,
what
Tessa.
the whole thing is about. This whole thing. Hello, Tessa. How are you doing? I hope everything is going well. I'm very sing-songy today, and I apologize. That's all I want to do is sing. And sing badly and off key. Let's see. Where was I in chat? I was here somewhere. Around in here. There we go. About there. Yes. I saw that Eva said this earlier. They're doing a thing over there where basically reading on Vela is free, but the writers are still getting paid. So if you have been thinking about checking out Vela, I have a couple Vela projects over there. My Dark Urban Fantasy Romance series is over there, and my Blinded Angels. So if you search for Blinded Angels, you'll find me. My name is completely blanking on the name of my own books. The first plot arc in that series, A Noble Sacrifice, is completely up. The next series is written and waiting for my brain to allow me to edit it. So more is coming in that series, but it's, I think, 14 chapters. If you want to read some, I think that you're getting the equivalent of being able to read 100 chapters for free, if memory serves. But yeah, if you want to help some people that have Vela projects over there, Cat's Blood Rain series is very good.
Carrie has her series.
Glory has Carrie has, Adventures of a Mom Writer over there. And I don't know if the other fantasy series has started over there yet. But I know she was working on one for that. Glory has her
brownies and
I can't stop laughing. Brownies trying to save their life from save the universe while trying not to get eaten by a dachshund series over there. And yes, go read it. Yeah, a lot of us have stuff over there, so definitely go and show some love. And it's free. It's free for you, but we get paid. Isn't that amazing? So it's a way to send money to people that you like without having to spend any of your own money. Cookies. Yes. I want a Murder Radish one. There's a character from my very first book, Sakura, that I really want to have a plushie of because she's big, she's giant. In my head, she's basically if Ogra and Bluto from Labyrinth had a child, that would be her. And she's one of my favorite characters in that book series. I love her to death. She's big. She does not talk well, but it's just such a lovey kind of like I need a plushie of her. Yeah, I have plushies planned. You have no idea. This has all been a scam. My entire channel is a grift so we can make plushies. Just be flat out honest with you. That's why I like doing this, but the plushies are really very motivating. Yeah, when you pay to open an episode in Vela, they stay open. Yes, they will be free. They're the free. I do not know. I'm assuming, but I do not know. I had only heard about this morning, and I've only looked into it a wee little bit. So I will definitely try to get more information and check back. I am so excited for this for so many reasons. Namor is one of my absolute favorite anti-heroes slash villains in Marvel, and they have changed him significantly from the comics, and from what I can see from the trailers, for the better. I think they may have actually made him better, which excites me because I loved him. I love Namor from the comics, and I am very excited. I'm very excited. I am surprised that they already showed us the new Black Panther in the trailer. I thought they would have left that as a "who's it gonna be" thing for the movie, but they already showed us, and I'm not going to spoil it. But there's a thing that tells you exactly who it is, so you can't even play the game that I want to be because they very clearly told us, oh, by the way, this is the new Black Panther. Like, well, thank you for taking that bit of fun away. Yeah, sinuses are a problem. Not racist, Lovecraft? Yes, I am definitely Psychic Writers Guild of the Apocalypse. We may have been making symbols. It's a thing. Thank you for sharing the links. That is amazing. All the links. Yep, and there's my Blinded Angels, which I'm very proud of. I really like that. It will continue. I swear it will continue. Every time I try to edit, I get this like dial tone in my brain. You have no idea, y'all. I have one finished sci-fi novella done. I have 3 fantasy novels done. I have the sequel novella to Blinded Angels, Part 2, the second novella, done. I have so much editing that needs to be done. Like when I say I wish I had money to just hire somebody to just give me instructions and tell me to do things, I would do that. By the way, I have a coffee. It's linked down below. If you want to help with that, because editors are not inexpensive for reasons. They're good. They're necessary to the process. But yeah, I have so much content waiting to see the light of day. You have no idea. Because I've been writing and writing and writing. But am very not financially solvent right now. Yes, very, very, very true. If you would like to help Eva out indirectly, give me money so I can hire Eva. This is very definitely the weird round robin pyramid scheme that we currently have going on. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get back in here and see if I can write something about the Aishi. That would be nice. That would be nice. And thank you, Maggie, for continuing to share these in. That is awesome. Alrighty. It is okay. I am dealing with my family a lot right now because there's a new child in the family that was born in the world's most hardcore way. So one of my cousin's daughters, don't know what that makes her to me, but I'm sure there's a phrase for it, was pregnant with her second kid, tried to call her husband because she went into labor. Her husband was in a work meeting and they made them turn their phones off for the work meeting. So she couldn't get through to him. And instead of calling an ambulance, instead of calling somebody else to take her to the hospital, she just went, I got this, and went into the bathtub and just like beasted it. Which, knowing her, makes sense. Like, she seems like the kind of person that would beat up somebody that told her when to breathe. So makes sense in a way. And basically her husband came home to hear his wife holler from the bathroom, "Can you get in here? I need you," and bring scissors.
Oh man.
Because apparently she had just made a baby. And yeah, so that's been happening to my entire family. Misgenders me. It refuses. They also dead name me constantly, which is fun. Yeah, my family has no respect for any of that, so it's fine. I'm just swimming in that right now. It's just yeah. Yeah, she just, and apparently, so he timidly snuck into the other room and called the doctor and was like, "So my wife just did this," and like told him the story of what she had done. and was like, "Is she in any pain? No. Is the baby breathing fine? Yeah. Well, maybe you should bring the baby in by the end of the week so we can double check the baby. But as long as she's not bleeding and is feeling fine, it just get her to bed and make sure she rests." And like that's how they decided to handle it.
Oh man.
Which again just doesn't sound right to me. Like she just beasted a baby in a bathtub. Like, yeah. Like I don't understand any of this. But women are just superpowers all the way down. That's all I could say. Yeah,
Oh.
but yeah, it's I am what while I do have dysphoria, thereabouts, it's not terribly acute because, like I said, I have the desensitizing of there are a lot of people in my life that do not respect me. So it's just
Shame on them.
um, in the bathtub in not the usual way. Yeah, yeah. Like I just like when I was told the story, none of it surprised me because I know her, and I'm like, I actually found myself thinking, wait, she had her first baby in a hospital? What? Like it just seemed wrong that like she's very independent. It's hard to explain. Like there should be a reality series about her. Like if she had her way, she would be one of those people that would just go like run off into the Alaskan bush and homestead. Like that's her personality, like through and through. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. Um Oh, thank you. Yeah, I wasn't saying that to like institute compliment bondage, just to let people know like it's okay. I I'm used to it at this point. Um all right.
Right? That baby will hear this story so many
Oh,
times.
oh yeah. Like I
Never gonna
fear
live
for
it
myself.
down.
My mother, every time I was bad, told the epic story of my birth to me to the point where I can recite it word for word. Like I know because it always started with the same phrase. It was the first snow that winter. The night before, we had a blizzard. And yeah, this is how the story begins. There are shovels involved. My father dies at one point in the story, which I did hunt down a doctor to find out if that actually happened, and it did. Um,
Oh wow.
yeah, my father was apparently dead for 6 minutes while my mother was giving birth. Like he got better, but like you better believe every time I did anything to misbehave, I heard the epic story of like all the things. He's dead, but he got better. Yeah, and then according to my mom, he's the reason that I'm gay because apparently they wheeled him into the room with her after I was born, and he lifted his hospital gown around and held me up to his man chest and said, "How do I do this?" And the doctors laughed, the nurses laughed. My mother has never forgiven him, and explains this for all of the queerness that is me. I saw a man breast as an infant, and that cursed me for all eternity. I love how I love just the thought of that. But yeah, um, it was a thing. Like I didn't believe him because that like so much of the story was unbelievable. I hunted down doctors. Like I asked so many questions because I'm just like they're exaggerating to make me feel bad, right? Oh no, would you like to see? We have yeah. Oh, it's a thing. Out of kindness to Megan, I am not going to kick the purple gargoyle out of the race. The purple gargoyle
Purple.
gets the race again.
Purple is eternal.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this sprint started. Remember, the gremlins are real. If you were not here just a few moments ago when the screen decided to do a little techno dance number, like I don't know what that was. It was strange. Save your work. back up your work. Don't feed the gremlins. Do not let them have it. Do not lose your stuff. Make sure you're backing up and saving. We're going to get this sprint started in 5, 4, yeah. Okay, counting. Gremlins stole my brain. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Dracula is going to drain us of all our blood.
So I was on the timer, wondering why I couldn't undo turn my mic on because I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. So I worked more on stuff for the Aishi post, and I am enjoying all of that. So yay! It does feel good to be like, I don't know what the words are that I want to say right now because creative is not the word. I've done a lot of creative things, but to be working on something that is fictional, fictionally creative. That maybe the word I'm looking for. I don't know what the English is for the phrase that I am trying to say because I've done a lot of creative stuff lately, but it's not been story based. There we go. It's not storytelling. It's not
Ah.
storytelling. And I really, really like doing the storytelling, and I'm very excited to be doing that again, even if it is writing world building articles. Because honestly, if I could build a Patreon that would just support me doing world building constantly, I would be the happiest being. I'd be the happiest being because that's like all I want to do. How did everybody else do?
Well, I was working on the. Well, okay. So I first was doing the exercise that I've been doing where I write the um, social media post for a picture, what I would post underneath it. Ooh, it's a Carrie. But she's not here yet. She's almost here. She'll be here in a
Do it.
second.
You can do it. The technology is struggling today. Everybody,
Yay!
grab whatever it is that you have that's fighting the gremlins. Fight the gremlins. Save
Yay!
the carry. Fight the gremlins. Save the carry. My gremlin fighting land shark.
Mango!
Mango. See it, mango.
So before I forget my thought, so then after I had finished with one of those posts, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take Glory's advice and work on like pitching and stuff because social media marketing is basically just a form of pitching.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm gonna make some memes, and then I was like, I don't know these memes. I don't internet enough to know these memes well enough to make content that would be even remotely funny because first I have to think of funny realtor stuff.
Might I recommend one topic at a time? The channel is extremely wholesome. I could recommend others that are not so wholesome, but one topic at a time's channel is extremely wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
All he does now, for the most part, is meme reviews. They are themed, so pick a theme that's a topic that you like. His most recent one is "Don't Be Gay for Free." Hilarious, made me so happy. It's nothing but he goes through r/ chaotic good, and there are a couple stories in there that just made me so unbearably happy. Just some of them are just terrible, and you probably shouldn't have done that, but good on you. Like the guy who they cut down the tree in his front yard that he really, really loved, and then went and planted sequoias all around town secretly. And then
yeah.
as they aged to the point of their growth spurt, decided to publicly announce what he had done and explain how big the root system is. And basically, I have introduced a very gigantic invasive species that will cost you tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars to eradicate. Maybe you should have left my place. For Clyde! Oh my goodness.
I watched that premiere on for Click. It was so good.
That was so good.
The chat was blowing up.
But yeah, if you want more wholesome stuff, because the Click can be wholesome, but is often not.
He tries, but then
he tries so hard. He's like the Swedish cisgender, like my brain. that tries to be wholesome, tries really hard to be wholesome, and then goes off into the forest and does satanic rituals to bring mango into existence. And we are all thankful. One of my favorite videos of his, by the way. He actually does that. He goes off into the Swedish woods and summons a demon from hell. And he's so cute. And he's so cute. And I can't wait to see the video that announces the emotional support demon. That's going to be amazing. But yeah, check out One Topic. Or check out Jamie Dodger. Also does a lot of really good meme review videos. And very wholesome. Like, Jamie could not say an unwholesome thing without imploding like a dying star. It's really funny because sometimes he leaves the edits in when he does accidentally slip and say something, or gets that the meme that he's talking about is not as wholesome as he thought it was. And sweet little British dude, just so, and not so little. I think he's actually fairly tall. But anyway, he sits in a very big yellow chair that makes him look so tiny. Like this big poofy chair. But yeah, it just that might be a good place to go to get some inspiration on funny memes, because they're just good. And you can also see what are like the trending ones right now. But oh my goodness. So I don't know if Tessa is still here, because I saw Tessa say that she was going to have to go because she was falling asleep. But if you're still here, thank you for coming, and I hope you sleep well. And if you are not here, may all of the good things, may Abaku come into your house tonight and steal all of your nightmares. Because we could all use with Abaku in our house.
Yeah, especially with the weird nightmares I've been having lately. And why do they all have to involve my mother?
So, yeah, I had to call Mom yesterday, and I understand your phone thing that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
I just sat there for a long time holding my phone, and Brian's like, "What's wrong?" It's like, your mom's coming into town. I need to call my mom and make sure that we told her, because I don't remember. I'm going to just give me a minute. We'll get there. It's a process.
Yep, I know that feeling.
It's a process. Well, we're working our way through it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let's sing something from Jesus Christ Superstar. It'll be fine. Yes, everything's all right. Yes, everything's all right. And stop before you get to Judas singing. Just stop before you get to Judas. Just stop before you get to Judas, because then it's no longer calming and soothing. Just if Mary is singing, it's fine. Just sing everything but, I don't know how to love him, because then you'll cry. Oh my goodness, it's such a beautiful song. Anywho, CB. Sweet.
Oh my.
Sweet CB. 2,063 words. I don't think I can snap fast or hard enough for that. That's amazing. That's amazing. Marvel, hey, I did see that, and they've actually hinted at a couple things, and I'm very excited that in Black Panther 2 we're going to get to see the origin of Ironheart. I'm so looking forward to the Ironheart series. I have no idea how much I'm looking forward to the Ironheart series. You can actually see her take off in her Iron Man suit in the most recent trailer that they dropped. I'm very excited. All I have to say is Nakia needs to have a role in this movie, and they need to do her right. The comics have always done her dirty, and I don't like how Nakia's character is treated in the comics. All the misogyny, I don't like it. Plus Lupita Nyong'o is such a good character, good actor. Just please do her right. Give her a spinoff series. I want Secret Agent Nakia. Just give it to me. It'll be bigger than 007 if you do it right, because Lupita Nyong'o is amazing. Just please. Also, give me a Captain Carter series. Like, seriously, you did Captain Carter in What If. You gave me a second of Captain Carter in Multiverse of Madness. 6 seasons and a movie. Come on, Marvel. You can't tease me with Haley Atwell like that. You just can't. It's not nice. Let's see. Yes. I feel like this is about the thing I was talking about earlier. Maybe I don't know.
No,
No, this is
I was
about
telling
Yours. I
CB
lost.
that my bestie's oldest started following them on AO3 because she's a big fanfic fan. She writes fanfic for some video game, and
Just saying, if she's on
also a
AO3,
very
she's
big
probably
Marvel
seen
household.
everything by now.
So if you like Marvel, my boyfriend just read a book, and it's a Marvel book, and he's very excited to show it off. So it's not out yet, I don't think.
The 25th.
It comes out the 25th.
Ooh.
It's Marvel Anatomy, written by Mark Sumerak and Daniel Wallace, and illustrated by Jonah Loeb. And the illustrations apparently are phenomenal. Let's open.
I want it just for the cover. Like, I just want that. Oh my goodness.
Oh
Oh
wow!
my.
This is like example of some of the artwork in
That's
the.
an amazing scroll. That's
Oh, this way.
oh my vision.
So yeah,
That's so cool.
we don't want to show off too much.
I'm just showing something real quick.
One
That's-
more thing. The
that's
introduction.
amazing. Shut up and take my money. Ooh, nice Black Panther.
So
I am really
he
having
highly recommends it.
living embodiment of the Fry meme right now. Just shut up and take my money. Just take all of my money. What do you want? I have a problem though. It's one of the reasons why I'm addicted to World Anvil. Source books are my favorite thing about any fandom that I'm in. If you are trying to get me involved in your fandom and you don't have source books, I will look at you side-eyed and go, "You're not really a property." Like I have actively refused to get into certain things that a couple friends of mine are into because they have no source books. Like, where's all of the like obscure BS lore? Like, I it's a problem. I have a problem. I need the source books. If you can't tell me how your fake spaceships engines work, do you really have fake spaceship engines? Like, how am I supposed to know? In fact, a friend of mine has been threatening to get me the Space 1999 source book that just came out because now there's apparently a source book for Space 1999 because I don't want to watch it because it's weird puppets. He's like, but there's a book now. Dang it. That shows up for Christmas. I will have to watch it because I'll need to know all the things that connect to the weird lore in the book. But don't do that to me. These weird puppets. You don't have to ask. Yes. Just, if it's not safe for work, just be very clear that things are not safe for work because one of these days
No one needs to be surprised.
Yeah. Nothing's worse than surprise. Whoa. Surprise naughties. Why are you here? There's a I have heard this because in the comics, if you're not familiar with the Ironheart comics, she, as a high schooler, as a side project, made herself an Iron Man suit because she was fascinated with Iron Man and figured it out herself on how to do this. Like, she's one of those kid geniuses that they do in superhero stuff, and I just love that. And Tony Stark found out about this and actually made an AI version of himself to mentor her. So there is a legitimate reason to have him do this for the show if they do it, because she does have an AI version. Basically, Tony Stark is her Jarvis, kind of ish. Not really, but kind of a little bit. Right. I need it so bad. Just more Agent Carter. Anything with her. Just anything. I don't care if it's Shield stuff. I don't care if it's Captain Carter stuff. Just I would prefer if you bring that actress back because she's amazing, but just more. You did not give me enough. You did not give me enough. There's not enough. Right? That artwork is just beautiful.
Do you mind? Eva asked for the link. Do you mind if I post it as
Yeah,
you?
go for it.
Okay. Here's the link, I believe, to buy it on. Yeah, this is the one. So
I'm just going to say this in
a
case
little pricey, but
I know we have a lot of new people in the stream audience. Promote yourself, promote your work, promote the things that you love. I don't mind links in there. Now, if you don't have the blue wrench of power, you may have to spell out the dot and .com. But yeah, do not be afraid to promote yourself and your stuff and what you're working on and all that, because that's half the fun of getting to know everybody. Because if it wasn't for Kat and CB, I would not have gotten back into fan fiction again after so many years of just becoming an old curmudgeon. And being like, I don't want to learn how the internet works. I can't. Amazon will not let you have affiliate codes if you live in the state of Missouri. They actually took my affiliate code away from me years ago and will not issue me a new one.
Lame.
Which is sad because I didn't make a lot of money from Amazon, but it was a nice, like, I did lots of curated stores and stuff, and it was a pain. Right?
Eva says, "Oh, move out of misery."
Well, technically, if your state has one of those weird laws where, see, Missouri passed a law that basically allows them to tax Amazon if they have certain things that could be classified as employees in the state. So it's a really like long end run around. Like for a while, we were concerned that if you were a writer who lived here, they would stop paying you. Like when the law first went into effect, there was serious talk about them saying no writers from the state would be allowed in KDP anymore.
So there are no Amazon warehouses in the state?
Actually, I think our Amazon warehouses are in. I know all the stuff we order from Amazon comes from Kentucky.
Wow.
I don't know if there are or not in the state, but I know the place of origin. Every time we order something from Amazon, it comes from Kentucky. So I don't know about that, but they passed a really weird law, and Amazon's initial reaction, this was many years ago, and I thought that they had worked it out, but they will not reissue me I've tried to get an Amazon affiliate code several times. I even created a new Amazon account thinking that maybe the way that they locked my old one, the system can't tell that I didn't do it that it wasn't locked for nefarious reasons. So I created a new account, and when I give them my address, it would not issue me an affiliate code. So either they really and truly hate me, which is possible. Like that is not. We've had fights over the years, so that is very possible, or their ban is still in effect. One or the other, I don't know. Can't speak for sure which it is, but I know that as of last year, when I was setting up all the affiliate codes, like for example, if you do sign up for World Anvil, it's one of the reasons why I do the promotion at the beginning. The link that's in the description, if you use that link and sign up for an account, I get credit for it and monies from World Anvil. That's my affiliate link that's in the thing down on the thing, and it should be clearly marked because I told it to. But I was running around grabbing a bunch of those and tried to get one last year, and so I know as of last year I was still on the list of no. So yeah, that's fun. Young Avengers is going to be such a fun movie. Sorry, I got distracted. I know that's not what you're talking about. You're talking about your fanfic, but I love all of the cast of the Young Avengers that they have introduced into the MCU, and I can't wait to see them all in one place. I just can't. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so much fun. And I'm kind of hoping that when they introduced Heimdall's kid in Thor: Love and Thunder, because he has kind of a weird fight, like I'm studying to be a warrior thing at the end with Valkyrie, and I think it's before you get to the credits. And I'm like, are you setting this up? Are we going to get young Heimdall as part of the Young Avengers? That would be awesome. I'd be down for that. That would be so much fun. So you set up the affiliate stuff but never used it. Yeah, I used to use it all the time, especially around Christmas, because they let you set up a curated store in there. And so I would set it up, and I was making around Christmas, I would make about $300-400 from my affiliate store on Amazon, which, not great money, but pays for quite a few gifts for people. Helps pay some of the bills. And yeah, that all went away. And yeah, your first experience with Amazon. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Amazon's just thumbs up and vote in the poll. Awesome. Let's see, they better bring rescue. Yeah, I would love to see that. I'm wondering if they're saving some of that for future stories, because Morgan, how old would Morgan be now in the MCU? Is Morgan still like, we're not too many years past, because since Endgame, aren't they going in like every real world year is a year in the MCU again? So Morgan was like, what, 4 or 5 in Endgame? Like, I love you 3000. So I'm not sure how old Morgan would be by now in the MCU. They did a couple weird time jumps, so we might not get that till later. I don't know. Talk about timey-wimey wibbly wobbliness. Awesome. Yes, go check out everything that Maggie does, because it is all amazing. Wow, you have a very loud truck. And it's a tiny one too. It's a tiny one. It's one of those that looks like
Also,
it's
I'm gonna jump in there with the self-plugging. Everybody plug your Vela this week, because Amazon is doing a promotion where you can read up to 100 episodes for free, and you'll still get compensated. You won't get royalties, but they'll compensate you in your bonus.
Yeah, we were talking.
So rack up all the reads, and
we were just talking about that before one of the previous sprints, and Maggie, being the glorious Tom Waddle that she is, she started sharing links, including links to your stuff.
oh,
She did a link. Yeah, she did a link parade, because I'm terrible at that. I need to figure out how to get my Nightbot to play nice with YouTube. I plugged it in once, and it started listing people that needed to be banned. Like, basically asked me, should I ban all of your regular viewers? And I was like, no, Nightbot. No. Why would... No, Nightbot. No. Bad. So I unplugged it from the YouTube channel, and I'm going to try to figure out why all of a sudden it decided no one should be here. I'm very confused. I don't... timey-wimey is so weird in there. I don't know what they're doing time-wise with all of that. I get so lost. Alrighty, what time is it? Oh, wow. Not as late as I thought it was. How did that happen? It's usually the other way around. So, Carrie, you have no idea how much work I went through making sure that there was a Vivitch. Because there had to be...
What if I never showed up?
Just in case. It was just in case there had to be a witch, a gargoyle, and a Frankenstein, so that you, Laura, and Megan had your favorites in there. And I refreshed because it did not want those 3 to be in one race.
And you even got your ghost.
They even got my ghost. That was just lucky bonus. When I saw the other three, I'm like, I am not doing this again. No, we've got them. We're fine. Ooh, there's a ghost in there. Yay! All right. So everybody has gotten a reprieve because, of course, they did. By the way, because I haven't mentioned it yet on the stream, we watched Hocus Pocus 2 the other day. If you have not watched Hocus Pocus 2, do it. If you're like, this is just a cynical cash grab that's trying to poke at my nostalgia for this property. One, of course it is. It's Disney. Have you missed the memo? Two, it's actually good. They actually found a way to make it good. I don't know how, but they did. I love how it ends. I've already got like 3 spinoffs that I want from it. I really want the young Sanderson sisters to get their own Disney Plus show and show the rise of the Sanderson sisters. I need this. Please, Disney. Please, please, please. Bring those
That's the
3
only
girls
part
back.
That's the only part I was able to pay attention to because Bestie's house is cray.
Bring those 3 kids back. I need the origin of the rise of the Sanderson sisters. And I don't want to spoil the end, but there's a thing that happens at the end that makes me want the new cast to get their own show and get a spinoff there as well. So many things I want. Yes, yes, yes. Please, Disney. I know you have machinations. You already want all of my money. Here's another way you can get it. Give me that young Sanderson sisters, the rise of the Sanderson sisters. I'm here for it. They're so talented. Anywho, let's go ahead and do this. Save yourself.
Purple.
The gremlins are crazy. No, it's fine.
Oh, would you guys
Don't
not
forget
know?
to hydrate. I'm going to have to go get a beverage during this sprint. Excuse me. Make sure that you're hydrated. Make sure that you're saving yourself because the gremlins have been wild today. You missed the techno stream that happened for a second, Carrie, because I shared a picture that I made in Artbreeder and the screen decided to get all wonky. Like all crazy because if you didn't notice, they changed the share button. It's a present button now, and it doesn't work quite right. Which is fun. So save your stuff. Don't let the gremlins get your stuff. Well, let's go ahead and get started on this front. And a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, let's go! Arr, it was a pirate.
I said that, and then I realized I was muted. So, but I said it first.
Hi.
No more internet thing has ever been said on the stream than
Bird. So $300 later, I ordered glasses.
Oh man.
I mean, that's not too bad for
No,
glasses.
considering I got the ones that thin your glasses, and then
Mhm.
also the anti-reflective coating, and I also got the blue light
Ah, nice.
stuff on them. So like I got really expensive lenses. I ended up paying 301, but the full total was 987.
Oh my. That's a
So
lot.
because the dude managed to find me some discounts.
Oh, nice.
They also did like an imaging of my eye, so
Mhm.
that like they could make sure it was actually healthy. Apparently, they had a person who came in and did that, and that's how that person, like a year younger than me, found out they have a tumor
Ooh.
by getting one of
Wow.
those images.
Wow.
So like, yeah, this is an important thing for them to add to the like eye
Yeah.
exam. Also, they tightened these ones up so they'll quit sliding off my face.
So before I forget to mention it, anyone who has a Vela and has not shared the link with Spence, and I see that Maggie has pointed out that the link parade is also in the thing. But if you're not in the link parade and you haven't shared, share.
Share.
I sent them in a
And-
private message.
I've
I'm pretty sure
gotten
you
so
will.
many reads just today. Like,
Nice.
let me
I
look at
haven't
my
even looked.
on both of my stories. I was like, what?
Nice.
Yeah, I got 26 on the fantasy adventure and then 30 on misadventures.
Nice.
And I'm like, at first, I didn't remember that we don't get royalties from it. They compensate through the bonus, like I said. And I'm like, is everybody just reading the first 3 chapters? Like, what is going on? Then I actually like looked at each individual story. You could see a chapter breakdown,
Uh-huh.
and I was like,
Well,
oh,
they get to read 100 chapters a day for free for the next 5 or 7 days.
till the 11th.
Yeah,
I
I've received
solid
no
week.
reads at all. So
I need to
I
share
should
mine.
probably maybe do more things to remind people that I have a Vela. I have a Vela.
When I
Think about
tweeted
it.
it out, when I tweeted about this, and I did I made like an image and stuff last night, and I was like, is Amazon finally gonna be like promoting their thing? Like, is this the start of something? What?
Well, I feel like there is generalized panic in the worlds of Amazon right now because with Twitch continuing to burn to the ground, I'm not even going to go through the latest. Like every day has been bad news or a scandal for Twitch for the like the last 2 weeks. Every day, like more of their big talent either getting arrested or leaving the service. Like just, oh, did you know that this scam was going on Twitch? Well, it was. Like it's been no good news. There's been no good news for them at all for quite some time, and they're also, as a corporation, having some problems because they kind of shut down a facility because the people that work there were like, it's unsafe for us to be in the room, and so Amazon was like, fine, if you don't want to work, you're fired. And that had PR consequences.
Didn't enough people already put in notices that like they're gonna run out of employees?
Yeah, it's Amazon's having a time right now.
They should treat people better.
Yeah,
Yeah, didn't they just had a fire happen at one of their
Yep.
places, and the people they wanted them to go back to work, and their people were like, no, it's not safe. Like, what are you talking about? And they had to like protest and stop it, basically.
And I believe they got fired as well.
Oh, damn.
Like Amazon has decided to become a giant screaming toddler and is just yelling and wondering why nobody is picking it up. And it's like, because you're not only yelling, but you have knives. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? Why?
Being
Why?
naughty.
You've been super naughty. You're a murder baby. Stop it. Just stop. But yeah, it's not a good time to be an
I'm
Amazon
so
employee.
glad my friend Matt dual streams. My friend who's the GM. I'm so glad he dual streams. Because when Twitch finally falls apart, at least he's still got the YouTubes
Because yeah, that's kind of where I'm at
to
the moment.
broadcast his games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are a lot of things as the Twitch has that I wish YouTube had, like channel points. Can you give everybody channel points? Because that is such a fun part of
Yes.
Twitch. Like, I don't know, call them like loyalty reward program. I don't know. You're gonna come up with some weird corporate jargon name for it because you're YouTube. It's fine. Just as long as they function like channel points, it's okay. We'll be okay with it. But just watching it all burn down, like I don't have the energy to be building up multiple platforms, especially when I'm like doubting the future of one. Because Amazon Gaming has not been going as well as they wanted it to. And I think that they thought, like, we're making video games, we own Twitch. Obviously, everyone's going to be playing our games on Twitch. Right?
Give me an incentive and I will.
I do believe that there is a streaming bounty for them. Like if people click through the links that they generate to the games, I think they do bounties. But it's like it's akin to their affiliate program, which I'm not allowed in. So we talked about that earlier. I'm not going to rehash all that, but yeah, I am concerned for the future of Amazon. And not that I think that they will go away. They're too big. Like if things got really, really bad for them, there would definitely be a bailout.
If anything, the books are going to keep them running. Like the amount of women that read the romance, that will keep them running.
And what is the program called? Because they actually it's Kindle Unlimited, but it's cheaper because it's only for romance books.
Oh, they have one of those?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I forgot what it's called. It's like Kindle. It's Kindle something, but it's basically Kindle Unlimited, but only for books in the romance genre. All you can eat just for the romance genre. There's even on Audible, there's a cheaper monthly account, but it only counts towards romance books. It's all you can eat romance books on
That
Audible.
is how much of a business alone romance is.
Yeah. It's the only two. It's the only genre they specifically cater to, and we will give you anything. Just be absolutely loyal to us. Give me all of your money. Romance is huge. Because it's really upsetting because we have the Audible Plus account, and I'm really upset because it actually doesn't include the all-you-can-eat romance books. Like if the romance books are in the Plus category, they count. But there are books that are not in the Audible Plus catalog, but are in the all-you-can-eat romance catalog. So if we bought the add-on for the romance stuff, I would get those kind of ish for free too. I'm like, Audible, no, I see what you're doing. No, bad. Daddy doesn't need another knob rocket. Stop it. One is enough. But yeah, I would not want to be anywhere inside Amazon right now, especially if you're in the decision-making field, because I can hear Jeff Bezos yelling. Like, if you listen carefully, his voice is being carried on the wind of, have you seen our stock price recently? Ah! Like, you just faintly in the wind hear Jeff Bezos shouting. So Jordan asked a question for the lot of us. who are
Are
okay.
your books in Braille?
This is something that I have been trying to look into. I have left all of the accessibility features available on my books, so screen readers will
Yeah, that's
read
what I
them.
did for mine.
I do not know specifically how to make my stuff available in Braille. If you know of a way for us to do that, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
I also wish that there was a way through KDP to offer a large print edition of the book. I think they just assume that if you need large print books, you just have a Kindle now. And because that's one of the reasons I have a Kindle is to be able to change the print size because I need bigger. I need the letters to be bigger.
Mhm.
Also, their dyslexia
Yeah, you'd
fonts
have to
really
create
big.
like another version, wouldn't you?
Probably. But I don't know who would print it. I don't know where it would get made. I don't know how it would get into the system. So if you know anything about that, let me know. But all of my stuff is accessible to screen readers because I find it unconscionable that anybody would turn that off. And there are a lot of writers who do because they want you to have to buy
I
the
have all the
audiobook.
accessibility stuff on my Kindle books too.
So probably not the best answer, but it's the best one that I have right now. CB wrote 433 words. Yay! Sorry, I'm having a sinus headache at the moment. And speaking of needing bigger fonts, I've got an ice pick in my temple and my eyes are not wanting to focus. Yay for new glasses!
Woo.
That is something I should probably do in the not too distant future too, and you're making me feel the shame. It's a good shame. I need to go do that, but other things first. Let's see, getting all kinds into this video edit. That's awesome. I thought about making a video today. I had a dream and I wrote it down for a really, really cool video that I could be doing for the other channel, and then almost had a panic attack. I could like see it running down the hall at me, like, it's time. And I'm like, no, and decided to do the game instead. And like sidestepped, so the linebacker went into the wall. So okay. I missed that panic attack. Yay. So when my brain allows me to, I have a really cool idea for the other channel. It's actually going to be a series, but not today, and probably not till next week. See, going to post snapshot assembled. Ooh, August on the 30th of October, 2 days before Nano. Awesome. Let's see. Talking about a Marvel fanfic, because if so, tell me more. I love Marvel comics. CB writes Marvel fanfic, and yeah, we were talking about some of that as well as some of the future MCU stuff, because I don't know, I kind of like what they're doing for there, and I really like. You don't want to know how many days I've worked with the latest Thor movie on in the background, just like on repeat, because I really, really liked Love and Thunder. It made me very happy. See, James Gordon is going to voice. Wait, what? Spider-Punk, and I mean, I guess I can see it. I have really big fear for Across the Spider-Verse because Into the Spider-Verse was so good. Like, I don't feel like there's anywhere to go but down in quality, because I don't know how you can do better than Into the Spider-Verse. Like, that is kind of the perfect
What about
Spider-Man
equal
movie.
quality?
Yeah. I mean, it's because I cannot think of a better way to do a Spider-Man movie. It was so well done. And yeah, I have feels. Okay, so I have a question. What's wrong with, let's say, Dar?
I don't get the first part of it, but I think this is in reference to the Amazon, because it says if you're not here to work, then yes, you are fired. So I think.
Oh,
To which I responded, if you're workplace is unsafe, it's up to the employer to fix that when the employees complain, not can everybody.
Yeah, it's really confusing what they're doing over there. I just feel like they're. I kind of wonder if this is the beginning of Mad Max. I'm just wondering a little bit because if you don't actually know the long story of Mad Max, basically the corporations decided we can do whatever we want and started charging people for everything, including water, which could only be bought in bottled form. Like it was illegal to collect water that rained down from the sky. And then they decided to have a wee bit of a nuclear war. And then the global warming went insane and everything became a desert. That's the setup for the Mad Max universe. Kind of sounds like headlines today. just a little bit. Putin better not nuke anybody. Unless we're living in the Futurama timeline, then it's going to suck for the people who die. But if we're in the Futurama timeline, if that's actually our future, nuclear winter cancels out global warming, and we're fine. We'll be fine. So it just depends on, like, are we on the Mad Max timeline? Maybe we're on the Star Trek timeline because World War III started in 2024 in the Star Trek world. Actually, it started in India. So keep an eye on Pakistan and India. But yeah, it's the rise of Khan Noonien Song. But yeah, it just depends on which timeline we're actually following. Everything in Cats ruined Cats for me. I think the biggest thing that ruined Cats for me is that they refused to let them use click tracks. And then tried to cut together them singing at different time signatures into singular songs. And that Frankensteining does not work at all. It's why Beauty and the live action Beauty and the Beast doesn't really work, because they did that for that too. This is weird idea that you don't need a click track if you're going to film something from multiple angles and then cut it all together, that it should maybe sync up in a way that makes sense. And I blame it all on that stupid Les Mis movie, because that's how they made that thing. And everybody went, I guess that's how you do it. It's brilliant. No. And also you'll notice if you watch the Les Mis movie, how many long shots there are for certain movements, which seem like, wow, they're sticking in this one shot for way too longer than I thought they would. Probably because nothing else would edit into it. So why would you do that? Why would you do that? Yeah.
Stop. You can't do things like this.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much.
What horrible thing is going to happen on December 28th?
You're not allowed to talk about this.
Star Trek is actually much more like what we're going through, because we have the sanctuary cities, and that's actually a part of Star Trek lore going back to the 60s. They talked about them setting up sanctuary cities to deal with the homeless and for mass migration, which led to the sanctuary districts that were then ghettoized and all that. So, like, we seem kind of on track for that part. The best part of it for us not being on the Star Trek timeline is I don't know that we've gotten genetic engineering to the point where we can create the race of supermen that will try to take over the world in, 2 years? Because, well, actually, no, not 2 years, because there's the Third World War, and immediately following the Third World War is the eugenics war. So, okay, we still have time, I guess, for eugenics to get good enough to get us a con. But, I mean,
I don't like the timeline anyway.
It'll be rough to live through, but I just kind of hope we're in the Futurama one, because with the nuclear winter canceling out the global warming, then we get invaded by aliens and they just think that we're cute fluffy pets, and so I could live like a dog for a while. That's fine. I can be a cat. Give me a fluffy bed and a lot of treats. I'm fine.
As long as they let me continue writing, I'm cool with that.
Like, as long as they let me write, I'm cool.
Yo, I still have not watched that. I want to because I love West Side Story, but I've heard so much. I've heard so much, and I have not. I just have not.
No, we just build on our mistakes. We take them and then we make them worse.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't work this way. Maybe we should add this. Let's add a nuclear bomb. It's fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What?
One or two wasn't enough? Let's add hundreds.
I mean, the only thing that I feel like, see, I'm running off a theory that we actually fell into the world of Hello Minister and Hello Prime Minister. If you've ever seen those British, I don't know, let's call them comedies. They were kind of funny, in that British sort of way, because everything feels like a farce, but in that style of farce. And so I could see like Putin trying to start a nuclear war and like the bombs just going tink, 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 and like just like bouncing and rolling because, well, that seems to be everything his military is doing right now is just, we're going to doom and blood. Oh wait, let's just retreat because we don't have guns. Okay, let's just retreat. Like,
it's almost like
I'm going to call out all the patriots. What? All the young men have left the country? Oh, I own these territories. What do you mean they took them back by force already? I haven't finished my speech yet. Like, I mean, I just feel like we're living in that kind of yes minister, yes prime minister farce of a world. So who knows what the next thing is? I mean, we definitely have a president that fits into that world. I mean, please God, keep him away from steps. Just put an escalator up to the airplane. Just put him in a chair. Carry him. Let's just the right wing already thinks we treat him like a king. Just put him in a nice divan, like a nice little sedan chair, and just carry him in the palanquin everywhere he goes. So we don't have to see that man fall down again. Just it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just like embrace the farce. Just embrace it. Like we live in a world where Hillary Clinton doesn't understand that it's not cool to be a girl boss fascist. I mean, it's fine. Just like, yeah, can we just embrace the fact that it is in fact a farce. We are in fact living in a farce. From the ground, yeah. Like I swear, I really feel like this is where we are right now, because, and part of this has to do with where I'm living, where we keep electing mayors to get rid of the corruption, and I'm like, they're not going to get rid of the corruption. They're going to rip us off. They're not going to rip us off. They're going to fix what the last guy did, and they just get in there, take all the money out of the bank, and move to the Cayman Islands. Like this just keeps happening to our little town here, and eventually it's just like, can we just abolish the mayor? Do we need a mayor? There's nothing that says we have to have a mayor. Like they just keep taking all of our tax money and running off to the Cayman Islands.
Okay,
extradition
once
treaty.
is once, but multiple times is a problem.
Right? Like, can we just not have a mayor? Like, do we need a mayor? Does a mayor really do anything for us? Like, I see no benefit to this.
So in the town I grew up, the one former mayor was like, he was like Mr. Charming politician. Like he knew how to schmooze. Very few people saw through his BS. My dad was one of them because he was excellent at that. But anyway, he was very popular while he was mayor. He was mayor for a very long time, and they named the community center after him when he became county commissioner. Well, he did a whole bunch of embezzling and financial stuff so he could have his big fancy house in another city and got busted. So they very quickly took his name off of the community center. And my dad is like, this is why I've always said, do not name buildings after people until they are 6 feet under and you have confirmed that there are no skeletons in the closet.
Yep. So I know we're going a little bit over time, but this has to do with Carrie's part of the country. So I'm going to say this live on the air. So Brian last night brought up the whole fishing scandal thing. And was like, what was that about? Like a fishing skin? I was like, okay. And I explained the details of like what they did. And like, not only did they put weights inside the fish, but they put like other fish and parts inside the fish. And like,
Oh, I didn't hear that part. I just heard about
oh
the
yeah,
wet balls.
yeah, they put frozen fish fillets inside the fish, which is the only part of the scandal that makes sense to me.
Okay.
Because you
My
had to
brain
hold the
immediately
weight.
went, give me that first thing. Give me.
Like you had to find some way to hold the weights in, and so by putting the fish fillets on top, if they looked inside, they would just see fish meat. I could see how like a brain would maybe put that together, but the greatest part of this for me, the two greatest parts of this for me that he did not know at the time was one, the judges apparently have this thing that they do where they guess how much the fish is going to weigh before they weigh it. And to prove like we're good judges, we know what a fish is. And so the fish comes up and they're like 4 pounds. And then they weigh the fish, and the fish weighs 34 pounds. 22 pounds is the largest walleye ever caught in history.
They overstuffed the
They
fish.
way overstuffed the fish, and it was a tiny fish. This fish that they were trying to get all of this extra weight on was like, it's like this big. You can hold it in 2 hands. It barely comes over the hands of the judge that's holding it. They put like
I'm a bigger fish than that.
all this weight in this itty bitty fish and thought they would get away with it. Like it's just a really chunky one fish.
I never said people in Ohio were smart. Come on now. I never said that.
And then immediately got called out. And he's sitting there listening, like, wait, they put the weights in an itty bitty fish. And I went back and I showed him the video that is out there. And the guy's holding up this fish in 2 hands. It barely comes out the edges of his 2 hands. Throws it down on the ground, cuts it open, starts pulling the weights out of the fish. And it's just like, they put all the weights in this itty bitty fish thinking no one would notice. Yeah. And the best part is this is the first time they did it. And still people were surprised. What? Yeah. Apparently, this is a thing that they do periodically because they think people are dumb and forgetful. Which, I mean, not wrong, but not that dumb and not quite that forgetful. And that just, and immediately to start screaming fake news. Because if you've seen the video, immediately the fisherman starts screaming fake news, and he's just like, "You saw me cut open the fish." Like it's on camera. Everyone saw me cut open the fish and saw the weights come out. Fake news. It's a microcosm of America. Everything. If you do not live in the United States and you need to understand us, watch that news about the fishing scandal. It's everything you need to know about American politics right now in brief, because we do in fact live in a farce that can be summarized by a fishing scandal. I'm sorry. I said this wrong. A professional fishing scandal. Because we have that. We have those.
Yeah, we have professional fishing here. And we have professional fishing scandal.
Everything anybody needs to know about us. And as I'm like recounting the events, and every time he gives me that, you're making this up, you're exaggerating it, I hit play on the video so he can watch the video again. Like we watched the video a lot last night, just so he can see it again and go, no, look, see, right there. Oh my. Yeah. It's Ohio almost broke my
Joe is
husband.
asking me what my dad would have thought of all this because he liked to fish. I'm like, he never got into like the professional stuff. He would just probably be laughing his butt off and saying how effing stupid they were. Like
They were.
Who tries to put that much weight in a little fish? Like maybe because it's cumulative, like you win by the cumulative weight. Put a weight in each of the fish. If they would have just put a weight in each of the fish they caught, they might have gotten away with it. Like I don't know why I'm trying to help them learn how to cheat better, but
Because they could do better.
like I kind of have the secret ambition now of like, could I scam a professional fishing tournament? Like, is that all it would have taken? Is just put a weight in each fish instead of all of the weights in the last fish? Is that what it would have taken? Anyway, I'm fascinated by all of this, and I just needed to say publicly on the record, Ohio almost broke my husband. And it was amazing to watch last night. So, That's painful.
Oh, look who it is.
So
Yay!
it's time for us to go. Somebody's like, you should be done, and I should be on your chest right now. So, hello, Minerva.
Hi,
Say hi.
Freaky.
Say hi to the camera. No, it's all about. Okay.
I am the
Alrighty.
star of the show.
So, don't forget to check out people's Velas. Does anybody have anything that they would like to say before we run away?
If you haven't checked it out yet, check out the We Will Not Go Back Feminist Anthology. You can find it on my channel, which I believe is linked down below. And yeah, go check it out because the videos are amazing. I highly recommend. Glory's was fantastic. I just loved all of them so much.
Sorry to be distracting, but
And Maggie already shared my Vela, but I've also got this coming out in November.
Woo! So gorgeous.
Beautiful.
And this one that's been out. But
Also beautiful.
covers by Charlie.
I like making covers so much. Oh, you're just gonna cozy in there, huh? Okay, okay, there you go. You got a perch on my arm now. There you go.
Oh.
Well, I needed to get my hands free because it was taking both hands to hold her in place. She's very into the pets right now. She just wants all to hold him. Granted, her sister just went crazy because she likes to play soccer with her food from the dish and accidentally knocked it under one of the coffee tables and then freaked out because she lost her ball and the ball was out of play and had been sitting there desperately trying to get this piece of food out from underneath. And I think that's why this one's just like, I need you to save me. My sister's gone crazy. She's gone crazy. It's all kinds of upsetting. She's so sad.
My mom's dog got a hold of a toy ball that Anna was playing with and was batting it around like a cat. It was so weird. And knocked it under the couch. And Anna goes, "Oh no! Muff! Couch! Couch!
Oh no!
Oh, couch!"
That car is just driving by. You're fine.
Oh.
Alrighty.
I've actually gotten views and reads today
Yay!
without me promoting.
Yeah, I need to
I
promote.
literally
I'm
just
at
did the
0.
promotion.
I'm at 0 for everything, so I need to do a roundup
You need to
promotion.
get on it.
Yeah. Alrighty, y'all. Have the fun, and I will see you tomorrow night. When I don't know something Valheim. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a fun one tomorrow because Brian is going to be luring Tom into the plains for all the death.
Ooh,
Because we just took out more.
I love the death.
We just took out Modor, and it's time to go into the plains. So, yes, Brian will be feeding Tom to Desquitos tomorrow. So,
Fun.
I don't know what else he has plans, but I know that will definitely be happening. That will definitely be happening. And he's going to try to trick me to go out there, but I have a building to finish.
We
All
have
right.
repairs to make after that one attack.
Yeah, of course.
I'm doing a redesign of the front of the castle. So it's fine. I just waving. I'm just waving. It's fine. All right. Have the fun, y'all. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.